The tourism industry is a wonderful industry. From beaches to mountains, you will find and see happy people. However, the tourism industry has also its dark sides, and one is the sexual exploitation of children in the tourism sector. I'm talking to Matthias Leisinger, who is head of corporate responsibility at Kuoni Travel, but also chairman of the code. Matthias, which measures to protect children from sexual exploitation in tourism destinations have been worked out until now?
In 1999, the tourism industry in the Scandinavian countries sat together with local ECPAT group. ECPAT is an organization which is basically protecting children from being trafficked and prostitution. So at that time, the tour operators in the Scandinavian countries sat together with ECPAT groups and discussed actually what we can do. That was the time when the Child Protection Code was born. The Child Protection Code is a tool for businesses in the tourism industry, tour operators, hotels, airlines, giving them a concrete tools on how they can implement actions and procedures in the business on how to prevent children from being sexually exploited in the industry.
And what are examples of measures that have been implemented?
The Code of Conduct gives the subscribing partners actually 6 concrete measures they would have to fulfill being part of a code organizations. You would have to train, for example, the employees, both in the source market but also at a destination level. You would have to train, for example, hotel staff on how to prevent sexual exploitation of children in a hotel. You would have to report on what measures you have been implemented. So the code gives you concrete 6 examples or technical measures, what you can do being a responsible company in the tourism business.
Very well. And have you been facing major implementation hurdles so far?
I think when we first started discussing the issue about child prostitution, child sex tourism, it is still a big hurdle for some businesses to accept and acknowledge actually that child sex tourism is happening at a destination or even happening at a certain local destination in the different countries we are as tour operators sending our businesses to. So I think the acknowledgement of the problem is certainly the biggest hurdle we would have to overcome still in some of our core destinations.
Okay, and many think that if you have to fulfill ethical standards, you will see a decline in customers. Are you sharing this opinion?
I think this is the wrong question. I think consumers nowadays are really concerned about how we, for example, protect the environment, how we protect the people at the destination we are traveling to. So the customers are from us expecting actually that we are ethically behaving companies. They would book through us and they would expect from us that we try to do whatever we can to prevent sexual exploitation of children. So I think it is something the customers are expecting from us, and we as a good company want to do this as part of our moral obligation to prevent the weakest actually of our society.
Thank you very much. So we can see that a lot has been changed in the last year. Now we are in 2013. Where will we be standing with this issue in the next years? What are your milestones of the Code of Conduct for Child Protection?
I think the code has grown significantly over the last few years. Now we are facing some growing pains. We have a lot of companies that signed up to the code. The reporting mechanism, I would say, is still weak and has to be improved. So we want to have a more comprehensive reporting mechanism. We want to have more accountability actually for the members that signed to the code. And obviously we would have to put the organization on sustainable basis. We would need to increase, for example, the numbers of companies that sign up to the code. We want to have a global outreach to new locations where the problem is growing and we are facing some issues. So it is both having more sustainability and more accountability within the organization.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for this interview, for your time, and we're going to see you on ITB in March very soon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and hopefully you are able to join the discussion we are having at ITB CSR Day. And I also want to congratulate here ITB CSR Day for the 10th anniversary. It shows the great commitment of ITB, and I'm looking forward to the 10th Congress actually at ITB beginning of March.
Thank you very much, Matthias.